Let's go in 3, 2. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Charge Out Gamescast. I am your host, Ben, aka The Marvelous Ziggy, and joining me is my local companion in the Ranger. Don't know what I meant by that last part, but Justin.
Wait, what are the words you said again? I didn't hear that.
My loyal companion in the Ranger. I don't know why I said in the Ranger. I think I meant in the forest, in the band. I don't know. I don't know what I meant in the Ranger.
So are we Lone Ranger and Tonto now? Because I feel like that would be more culturally inappropriate than the movie was.
Probably, but no, that's not what I was going for. I was going for more like just not science fiction, not science fiction, fantasy ranger. You know, like Strider, that kind of ranger.
Oh, okay, yeah, like the D&D class.
Like yeah. We have bows and arrows because bows and arrows are badass. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
It's true.
Okay, and joining us as a special guest for us tonight, DG Dad. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Where is he? Justin, where is he? Am I pointing rightly?
No, he's down.
There you go. Yeah, there he is right there. This is so weird. He's on Discord. He's over here.
That's the way they became the Brady Bunch.
Hello, everybody. We are the Charge Shots Gamescast. So we're here to talk about the news of the week and the games we've been playing. So let's go ahead and kick it off with Justin. Justin, what have you been playing / doing this week, my dude?
Mine's gonna be pretty brief because it's mostly just been more Ratchet and Clank. I think I'm on a new record of Tools of Destruction is taking a long time. And not necessarily in a good way. It's been about 2 weeks now, I think, with that game. And a lot of it's just because like I play it in short bursts and get bored. I do about a planet at a time, and just I don't know, I'm not into it. It still feels pretty unpolished, and it's just kind of like it's going through the motions. Like a lot of the weapons you get are just like variations or worse variations of old weapons. A lot of the worlds aren't really that visually interesting. The story's kind of cool, but you spend so much time like on each planet between the story bits that I've kind of forgotten what it's about. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not doing it for me.
You know, I've noticed that's kind of a problem with any of these franchises that are like making a resurgence. They're just like, they're mostly riding on that nostalgia. They're just like, you know, they're trying to capture that lightning in a bottle, but it's really just not quite the same, you know?
Yeah. And I don't know how much longer this one came out after the PS2 trilogy. I think it was fairly early on in the PS3 life. I've got the box near me, but I don't. It's fine. I'll look it up later.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah,
it's fine.
But yeah, it really just feels like it's trying to like ape that its own success. Weirdly,
it's like a copy of a copy,
right? But it's like it's new generation console. Like you'd think they would have gone bigger with it. I mean, it's pretty for PS3, but yeah, just something about it.
You know, I'm genuinely surprised because like I go back and like I'll replay a PS3 game. I'm just like, you know, wow, this actually looks really good.
Yeah,
and I remember that being like there was a big leap from PS2 to PS3.
Mm-hmm. Not everything holds up, but like if you look at you know, like The Last of Us was a PS3 game.
Yeah, absolutely. And that game looks fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Last of Us 2 doesn't look that much different, and it's like late gen PS4.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a very impressive system, although definitely some games did not fully utilize the.
It was a difficult system to program for.
Right. And I think that's part of it is there's just like a lot of glitches and stuff, but I don't know. I'm trying to get through the game at this point so I can move on. So I wish I had more time to work on that. I was trying to beat it before the podcast tonight, and I thought I was right there, but then I did 3 more worlds or 3 more planets, I'm still maybe I'm at the end now. I don't know. They kicked me back to a planet that I did at the beginning of the game. And now it just feels like padding. It's like, all right, I've already been here. What am I like? It's just a battle royale now. Like it's like a just open landscape, just shooting at everything. waiting for my other people to like activate a switch or something and like defending them. It's not interesting. And if this is like the end of the game, I mean, it's not ending strong. Like,
right.
that seems like a weird thing to end with. Yeah, we'll see. Aside from that, I did a little bit more Pokemon Snap. I put our review out on the website and our YouTube channel. And I mean, I really like that game. I don't think that's a surprise. But definitely check out that review. I had a lot of fun making that. I never thought I would get to throw in an early 90s Wendy's reference, but, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty good. Might be mid-90s. I remember it, so it's, you know, my lifetime. But, yeah, I don't have a lot to say about the game itself. I'm getting towards the end game. But it's kind of one of those that I pick up. You know, I've been grinding out more, like, the back catalog than I have been, like, actually going through the story. So, you know, I'll jump in, do a few runs, and then quit. But that's pretty much it. I'm back at work, so I picked Pokemon Go back up today after like a year
nice.
of, you know, not going anywhere. So I didn't realize that like all of Gen 6 it seems like is in there, so I've been kind of having fun like playing catch up in that game. Still
there's
like,
been some pretty significant changes over the last year. Like I remember that was a big thing. Like when lockdown started, they had like expanded just how much you would be able to play from a remote location. Like they made it remote raids became a thing. Like they expanded how far away you had to be to like do a gym or a stop or anything like that. And then just on top of all the just, you know, the normal yearly changes that they do, like upgrading and adding the next gen and stuff. Like I've been playing nonstop every day because it is my vice.
Yeah. And honestly, like the remote raid thing is pretty cool, but like
it's really cool.
I work like downtown, so you know there's stops everywhere. Like it's about as like it's the best place to play it basically in the whole city, and I'm there like every day, so it's really convenient to play. But I went to take a walk and like I was really tempted. There was a raid like basically across downtown, and I was like, I could walk there, but like I have this remote raid option, and then I didn't have any raid tickets or whatever, so I just walked there. But like I could see that being kind of the opposite of Pokemon Go.
That was the thing, is like there was very much a kind of a, well, what's the point? You know, if you're not going, what's the point of Pokemon Go? But it seems like it's worked out pretty well as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to like you have to actually go out and you know catch the Pokemon. Like that's just for the raids, which aren't everything. But I picked up well, I got it as a research reward, but I got a Galarian Ponyta, and that made me very happy because I didn't know the Galarian Pokemon had been added. So yeah, that was my big catch today. I got my pretty unicorn and immediately evolved it. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much. I had a very busy weekend with Mother's Day and everything, so I haven't really gotten a chance to play too much. But
all right. By the way, Ratchet and Clank, the game you were talking about, came out in 2007, and I could have told you that because of the box art, because that was that first year, like second year PS3, like spine.
Yeah.
Well, that's
not much later because the trilogy was, I think it started in 2003. And then it was like yearly releases.
Yeah, so it's really not that much later than the other ones, huh?
No.
I don't know what the hell I was talking about.
Huh. I don't know. Because like the cash-in, like, you know, what would be like rekindling that would have been the PS4 remake, because that came out quite a few years later. And that one's actually really good. So I don't know.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, I hope these PS3 games get better.
And shout outs to Near the Hero for the hosts. Again, we stream for the audio people. We stream these live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time at TV/0score if you want to join us live. And of course, let's go to our guest of honor, VG. What have you been up to this weekend, my dude? And what have you been playing? How's it going?
Well, I didn't do just a whole lot this weekend. There was a lot of catching up on house stuff. You know, when you got kids, you're just always kind of chasing around after them, cleaning up their messes. Honestly, like outside of when I'm streaming, I haven't just had a whole lot of time to do gaming casually. So like the majority of my gaming has been happening on stream. So anything I'm playing, that's where it's happening for the most part right now.
So you're more dad than VG these days?
I'm more dad than VG these days. I mean, things are going on in my personal life that I don't really want to get into right now, but I might have some time for gaming coming up soon, and suffice to say. But I've been, like, when I'm not streaming, the game that I've been playing is Dragon Age 2. I started that game something like 5 years ago or something, and then I just set it down and didn't come back to it because, frankly, the story is not terribly compelling, especially compared to the first Dragon Age game. Like, I was like all in on the first Dragon Age game. It was just like, oh hell yeah, this is D&D the game. Sign me the hell up. But then DA2 came along, and like, you know, I just chewed through that first one. Then I jumped into DA2, and the big issue, like a lot of the complaint that a lot of people have with that one, and that I have with it as well, is that it's located almost entirely in a large city, whereas the first one and even Inquisition go out into the world, and there's like a lot of different locales to explore. And there's some of that with DA2, but it's definitely like a very confined game, which like it could work, but it's definitely not what I was expecting. So that's where I'm at with that. I've been saying I need to get back into that one, but I haven't really found the motivation to do it, but it's there. It's waiting for me. I'll get to it eventually.
Have you played Inquisition?
I have not. I've heard nothing but good things about it though.
It's pretty good. I couldn't really get into the first two, but I really liked Inquisition.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just another one of those games. Like, I've got an entire backlog. I mean, you know how it is. You just have shelves worth of games that you're like, I'm eventually going to get to those. It's like, you know, buying games and playing games are two very different hobbies. Like, I've got shelves upon shelves, not to mention my virtual shelves of games and I'm just like, yeah, I bought those because I like them and I'll probably play them someday.
Yeah, one of my friends who's also a dad and doesn't have a lot of time, got super excited because he just bought Resident Evil 8, and then today he was talking about how like he didn't realize how good the RE3 remake was, and I was like, wait, I'm confused. Didn't you just buy 8? Like, why are you playing 3? He's like, oh, I actually hadn't gotten to that one yet, and I want to play it before I play 8. It's like I can't keep up with these things.
You're gonna hate me for this, but I tried playing Dragon Age 1, but I could not get into it at all.
I can understand that. It's definitely like, it's very much not a casual game. Like, I don't want to like disparage you or anything, but it's not something that you can go into lightly. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I see. The thing is, like, because like I had played Mass Effect, which funny is the Legendary Edition is coming out this Friday, which I'm so hyped for that. Nice, yeah. And I was like, well, I hear things about this, and of course I remember I even, God, what is that, 10 years ago now? The controversy of Dragon Age 2 and all the reviews, like, oh, it's this, it's negative, Angry Joe this, Angry Joe that. That's all I really remember. But like, and I was like, eventually I bought a copy of Awakening. I was like, and honestly, I don't think it has to do with the difficulties. I just didn't like the battle system because I come from a primarily growing up playing as JRPGs. So the idea of letting my teammates do what, like, no, I control you. What do you do? What? And I don't
trust them to make the right decisions.
Yeah, if you're used to that more traditional JRPG system, it's definitely like, it's very different from that. And you can tweak it and like have, like, you can control your characters to an extent and like you can assign them to do things. But like, if you're used to like, okay, magic, you do this spell, and then it's going to be very jarring to go into a game like Dragon Age if you're used to that. So I can understand that.
Yeah, part of me wants to give Inquisition a shot just because like maybe it's somewhat different. I don't know, and I've heard good things about it, and it's on Game Pass both PC and console. So, but there's so many other games I want to stream before that. But maybe this a goal at some point. But
Inquisition's a little more modern. Like you still control your main character that you create, and like you get your other party members like kind of just throughout the game. Like you could miss some or whatever. But you can toggle between them at any time. So like if you want a certain ability they have, you just switch over to that character, fight as them, and then toggle back to yours. And I think there's also like there's the overhead like frozen time view, where you can actually give the action for each character, and then like it kicks back to real time and does those actions.
Yeah, you can like give out the orders and stuff. Yeah,
It's cool.
That's cool.
It's very involved.
I think I'll stick with Mass Effect. Point here, you go here, you shoot here, you use these weapons. It's very simplistic. All right. Anything else, VG Dan? Any other games you've played on stream that people might want to?
Yeah, on stream I've been playing. I've been actually replaying Breath of the Wild. I started that early this year, and I mean, I don't have to tell you guys how meaty that game is. So I've been playing that.
I have a question for you about that.
Sure.
Does the magic still hit when you first get out of the cave and you see the over? Does that magic still like hold?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It is a stunning game. Like I'm always, I'm in the middle of playing, trying to host a stream, and I'm just always just like stopping and appreciating it, and just going like, God damn, this game is beautiful. And it really does. Like everything about it still has that same magic of, you come into a new area, and I just like, I'm always blown away that like anywhere you're at in the world, you can look at a landmark and that's a place you can go, and you can just be like, I'm gonna go climb that mountain. There's probably something cool over there, So yeah, I've been playing that, and it's been a ton of fun revisiting that game. I did my original playthrough. I did everything 100%, even the Korok seeds, which is something I will never do again.
No,
bless your heart, my good sir.
Because those little bastards are just all over, and you know what? It's not worth it.
And like you literally just get a big pile of shit.
Yeah, they literally just shit on you as a reward.
Exactly. It's just like, you know what? Here's your reward. It's poop.
Yeah. I hope this was worth it.
Exactly.
I recently I heard there was like a new mod coming for the game that like basically turns it into a whole new game, like kind of Skyrim style.
Oh, really?
It's like a second quest, but it's got its own story beats and things like that.
Nice. That's cool.
And so I wanted to see if the game would work with the Wii U emulator, just out of curiosity. I think one of your community members had been doing that too, right? Trying to play around with
that was Sun Gaming. He just picked up. He's doing like he was going to load up a rain mod for that game, and it's like if you don't know about the rain in that game, it's the worst.
Yeah.
But Sun, like he's what's pluviphile, which means he like really loves rain. So like anytime there's rain in a game, he will try to find a mod for it to make it rain all the time. And I'm just
his name is Sun.
More power to you. What's that?
But his name is Sun.
Yeah, I know, right? It's in the face of convention. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like trying to load up the rain mod, and he was like, "Oh, this is bad. I don't like this."
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, with like the thing is like when I got it working with the Wii U emulator, I activated like the reshade effects and the 60 frame per second like tool or whatever, because like basically if I didn't, the game was running like 20 to 30 and looked unstable. But activating the 60 frames a second, like it was around like 45 stable, so like it was still fine because it was over 30.
Right.
And it cut out a lot of that choppiness. But it also had like some variables in there to adjust like your weapon durability and things like that, and then also weather.
Oh, that's cool.
So I changed any rain weather to just like cloudy sky, so it would never rain in the game.
Nice.
And it like all of that kind of made me want to replay it too. Like I don't know if the magic is still there because I kind of fell off the game after a while. But like having all that stuff set up and kind of some of the the issues I had with it worked out kind of make me want to replay. But
and that's one of the great things about modding in general is just like if there's an issue that you have with a game, there's a pretty good chance that there's a mod out there that fixes it, and that I love that kind of stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, my Majora's Mask 3D playthrough has been a lot of fun too, because it remaps some of the controls and like fixes the Zora, like the way the Zora Link works in the 3DS version, and all kinds of just little quality of life improvements like that.
Nice. And yeah, speaking of mods, like the other games that I've been streaming are, I took a break last week to play some Star Wars games because I streamed on Tuesday and that was May 4th. And so it was like, well, I got to play some Star Wars games. So I played
brother.
So I was playing the Super Star Wars trilogy on the Super Nintendo. Those games are rough.
Yeah.
Before that, I've been playing some Mario World ROM hacks. That's been a ton of fun.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It's really cool. Some of the stuff that people are able to do with that game, and like that's been Mario World ROM hacks have been a thing since like 2005. Like they've been around for a while. Like the most popular one that like kind of really made a big splash was Kaizo Mario, which was like that was a game that was a Japanese person by the name of Takamoto had made this ROM hack basically to be the most difficult thing ever for his friend to play. And then it just like took off and like the community found it and was just like, yo, we got to play this really hard game. And so like the Mario ROM hack community just kind of like blossomed and exploded out of that. And there's so many fantastic games to play. The one I'm playing right now is called Super Mario World Remix. And it was created by Matty Thorson, who is the main programmer behind Celeste. And it like you can very much tell that like that's where they cut their teeth on that was with that Mario World ROM hack. It's like, okay, I can see how this is like baby Celeste. And so it's been very cool playing through that and like seeing all that kind of thing happening too.
I didn't realize it was that old, because I knew they had worked on some other stuff before Celeste, but I didn't know there was that.
That it's 2017, I think, is when that one came out originally, and like they just recently updated it with some more quality of life stuff after having they themselves got involved more in the Mario community and learned about things like instant retry, which is a really wonderful feature to have in a Mario ROM hack.
Nice.
Cool.
So that's what I've been up to.
Awesome. Normally I don't like to talk about the games I've been streaming, but I definitely want to talk about this one because it's technically the first game I've beaten on stream that wasn't like a short game.
That's a good feeling.
I beat Chrono Trigger on stream.
Nice.
And it was like just the VOD's still there. Just FYI, all the Chrono Trigger VODs are on my YouTube channel. They're just private. I'm just trying to find. I was trying to either one thing's going to happen, one or the other. I was going to rearrange my YouTube channel to make it look better. Haven't done that yet because I'm lazy. Or two, let the series finish. So now the series finished. Oh, so I probably won't do them all at once because that's just overload. I'll probably be doing like, okay, you're going to come on this day. You're going to come on this day. So you'll be able to relive my entire Chrono Trigger journey from start to finish.
There's some hype moments in there too.
Yeah, it was like, and I said this on stream, but I'll go ahead and say it again. Like when I first thought in my head, like, yeah, I should stream Chrono Trigger, and I can't, like the next day I fell asleep and I woke up stupid negative brain. Like, should you really be streaming it? Like, are you good enough to like represent what makes that game good? It's just, self-doubt. And I like this is kind of self-flattering right now, but I feel like I did the game a service. Like, why I think it's like one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's the best JRPG of all time because of its design and everything like that. Hell, I might even do a video about it. Who knows? Not a promise. I'm still working on that Earthbound video, but technical difficulties is kicking my ass. Personal life's just kicking my ass right now, so bear with me. More on that later. But it's such a beautiful game. That final boss fight against Lavos, both of his forms, or technically three if you count the very easy boss, quote unquote, boss rush. But it's just such a cool fight. It's like, and I was worried in my head that like, man, am I gonna be able to do this? Because at the time I was like, okay, I'll do the Black Omen. Which is like one of the final places side quests you do before you go fight Lavos. Actually leads directly into the Lavos fight. You can fight the Black Omen. You can go to the Black Omen at least I think a total of 3 times. And it's basically a good way to level up, get some techs you weren't able to get beforehand. And but also you need to beat the Black Omen to get like New Game Plus. Like that's the only way to get to start it. If you just ignore it and just go fight Lavos, you're not going to get New Game Plus. And then you're out on the other endings. But like even like fighting Lavos for the final time and just feeling that tension, just like because I beat it before on the DS version in 2012, 2013, something like that. And God, I think it was even more intense just because I was doing it in front of a stream. It was a very small stream, but still grateful for people who came out. God, it's such an amazing game. Like from start to fucking finish, that game just so many great moments. And like, I just wish my only wish is that like I wish Square Enix treated this game like the Capcom treats RE4. Hey, new system's up, slap Chrono Trigger on there. You know that's to me how it should be. Like, you know, fucking Chrono Trigger VR. I don't fucking know how that would work, but just do it. You just see like that probably would work it out, but you know, just go check my YouTube channel. They'll be up there soon. But some of the more recent ones are still on my Twitch page. As for besides that, continuing sort of with the JRPG-ness, Bravely Default officially took a turn for the positive. So I'm happy to say that like I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more. There's a really really great scene of like it's like the characters are coming together a bit. I feel like that like there's not enough moments of like the team. There's too much of the moments of the team reacting to stuff versus the team like just being a team together and like having intimate moments. So like and so far that's only happened like twice where you have to do a side quest and you get some backstory or some inner dialogue, and those are nice, but to me it's not enough. To me, a lot of it is just them reacting to what's in front of them, and that's fine. But for me, it's not causing them to gel as a unit like the first two games have. And I still think the problem is that they shouldn't have made the main protagonist you. They should have just made it a character in the game that you just control. That's another thing. But it's great. Otherwise, I unlocked a new class or job. It is I can't remember the exact name, but they basically combined the Time Mage and the speed. I think it was called the Sword Master. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but there was a class in the first game where its only purpose was to basically give elemental attacks to your weapons, only to that class. So now it seems like they combined those two classes. So not only do I have like stop, reflect, haste, good shit, that good defensive magic, but I think like job level 7. Now I can. It's only one per turn, or at least depending on how many brave points you have. I can now if I want to give my Swordmaster, if I want to give Adele lightning on her spear, I can do that. Or if this enemy's weak to water, okay, I'm gonna give water on your sword. You know, it doesn't. I think it lasts like 2 turns, but it's enough for me to cast it again. Yeah, it's getting there, and I still right now I'm doing like I said last time, the game makes you go back to 3 previous areas where now the invading army that you've been hearing about has made their move. So you basically have to go back and kick the general, lieutenant, whatever they're called, out. And I kind of like I went to the very start of the game, which is Halcyonia, and I like the guy who's in charge there. He's like very much I'm going to spare as many lives as possible. It doesn't have to be painful. Let's do something. Let's work together. And so much so he like your main character, he kind of goes out on reconnaissance, like to see what's going on, and then the general kind of picks him up like, "Hey, are you local here?" And of course he lies, like, "Yeah, I'm not sus. I'm local." And so they have a nice conversation. They have a conversation like human beings, and he goes, "Don't ever try to fucking lie to me again about being a local.
Jeez.
I know you. Don't give me a reason to kill you, please." And so basically calls him out like, "I know who you are. I know why you're here. Don't fuck with me. It doesn't have to be this way." But yeah, I'm enjoying it more, and I'm interested to see where it ramps up. Outside of that, I'm gonna be the negative Nancy on this one, but Pokemon Snap is a fine game. It's very cute, and I enjoy it. But I'm personally am not a fan of the progression, because maybe it's just because I was like in the first one you just go park to park to park to park, and it was a much shorter game. But maybe I'm not doing it right, maybe I'm not taking the right pictures, but like I felt like the amount of the leap from going from park level 1 to 2 was a little bit too much. Not that much, it's not insanely difficult, but after a while doing the same course 2 or 3 times kind of got like, okay. And yeah, a couple of things would change differently, and that was cool, and it's still wonderful, but it's just the idea of like having to do the same course minimum 2 to 3, maybe 4 times, depending on how, maybe you missed something or not. And I haven't unlocked the ability to go super fast in the course, so it's kind of killed my enthusiasm for the game. I don't hate it by any means. Like, it's still a wonder to go, oh, that, and like, and especially when I do find something new. Like, I just got the light ball that you can throw at Pokemon to make them
Illumina
glow.
orb.
Whatever, it's a light ball. And you can
actually.
yeah. I was waiting for this movement right here.
I reviewed the game, so I am an expert on everything
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap.
Like, it's a fine game. I don't hate it. Presentation wise, it's still amazing. Todd Snap is now Todd Snack. I'm gonna leave it at that. But
Don't
like,
call it a glow up.
I wish the kid didn't come. The kid could shut the hell. Every time the kid opens his mouth, I'm like,
Yeah.
shut up. You just be quiet. You are meant to be seen, not heard.
Just leave me and Todd alone.
Yes, this is why I'm not a father. Like, it's a fine game. I just feel like I'm not liking the progression system that they chose. I'd rather they be like at the end of at the end of each course, hey, here's a new thing you got. Maybe you should go out and go back into the course. And I do naturally. That's just what I do. Like, hey, I got this thing. Maybe I should go check it out. And it's fine. It's not lighting my world on fire. Outside of that, I did play more Rise of the Tomb Raider, not Shadow, because I'm not going to confuse it this time. I still really like this game. I even think I like it even more than the first Tomb Raider 2013 reboot, mainly because of all the conspiracy stuff and like I'm a sucker for, like, I don't believe any of it's true, but like hidden truths, like things that
I love that kind of stuff. It's like, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same school of thought as like cryptozoology. It's like a lot of that stuff. Like, there's very clearly like a heaping helping of bullshit, but it's still really fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like I really like it, and Tomb Raider kind of sits on that on that edge of, especially the newer ones, of like, is it real? Is it not real? And they tend to lean more to it. Yeah, it's real because it's a video game,
right?
And I really like that stuff. Like right now, I just because the version I have on the Xbox, excuse me, is the I guess the greatest hits version, whatever you want to call it, and it has the Baba Yaga side quest,
Ooh.
the DLC side quest. Which, by the way, if you don't know what Baba Yaga is, that is the I don't know the specifics, but I know it's a Russian folk fairy tale. And like Lara hallucinates and stuff like that. It's like, oh, what's going on? And she's being haunted by her father. Which, by the way, I forgot how much story this second one goes. There's not a lot of story in the first one because it's pretty much all about Lara surviving and her basically her origin of becoming a Tomb Raider. Here, you get more of like the fact that her father was killed himself. By the way, I forgot about that moment that he legit committed suicide because he was driving himself insane about this immortality quest that Laura's on right now, and the whole like organization that's after the same thing that he was, and the fact that his ex-wife, Laura's stepmom, was working with them, and I forgot about that plot point. I was like, oh my god, yeah. I just love that Laura is like kind of losing her mind, and like there's a lot more characterization to her. Like, she's very frantic, but like she like, and like it makes her feel human because like she's become obsessed with this thing. Like, she's becoming like her father was. And of course the gunplay is so good, the stealth stuff's so good, everything else was good. I thought the survival stuff would get in the way this time, because I remember, like I said, I've beat this game before, but it hasn't. It's still just as enjoyable as I remember. It's pretty much just collect shit, and you're gonna forge it. I've never run out of ammo. I've never run out of arrows. I've never run out of anything because it's just an abundance. So it's perfectly fine because I'm playing this like an action game. I'm honestly want to get through this game as fast as I can so I can go on to Shadow, because I've never played that one, and I'm really curious about that one because I never hear anybody talk about that game at all. It's like it came out. Maybe it got reviewed. I probably could look at reviews, but I don't want to because of spoilers. And then that's it. And like, who knows when the next Tomb Raider if we're gonna get another game in this universe or if it's another reboot. Who knows?
Well, like right now is like the 25th anniversary, right? And they just like didn't do anything.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an anniversary. I think it's 25th.
I mean, they would have at least.
That's the thing about anniversaries is there's one every year.
Yeah. I figured they would have at least, because like there's been rumors similar to the Metroid Prime collection that doesn't exist. Especially what a Metroid Prime dev said earlier this week about how like, hey, this is what it would take. And
yeah, that's not in the news for a reason.
I know.
It's heresy.
But like there have been rumors like that, like it's coming to they were gonna do a trilogy remaster for both the new generation consoles and for Switch, which God,
Right.
I know I own this game like 3 different fucking times, so I would gladly buy it for Switch. But that's besides the point. The last thing I've played is I played Monster Hunter. I'm back on that train again. It's still a lot of fun. Me and Thomas and Tyler and a couple of friends of mine have kind of been playing throughout the week. And you'd think it would get boring just going after the same monsters every week, or just hunting. It's not. It's just as exciting as it was when I bought it at the end of March.
I mean,
It's
Supernatural
so
did it for
cool.
15 years. So
Yeah, right.
True. True. I've never seen a single episode, but I'll believe you with that. But like now, Thomas and I are officially in high rank, so we're starting to fight tougher monsters, and like getting better armor, better cool looking armor, cool weapons. Like we're in, and this morning I was like, I'm gonna play a little Monster Hunter before I had to go take care of something, and I was like, well, let me see if I can do a hub quest, and hub quests are typically the multiplayer stuff. Let me see if I can do a hub quest by myself, because the game tells you can. It's just harder, and I was able to do like 3 of them by myself. It was definitely harder because the enemies have, I guess, they have higher health, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think I'd still rather play those with Thomas and like my friends, but like we're not going to do every single monster together. We're kind of just like slaying this monster, and this monster. Okay, move on to the next rank. These other ones I can take care of myself. It's not a big deal. Or if I want to do an online party with somebody else. But yeah, that's all I've been up to. I like Pokemon. I just want to say I like Pokemon Snap. I'm just not a fan of how it progresses, because I kept wondering, why am I still in Florio Park? What the hell? I've done this course at least 5 times already. What am I doing wrong?
it's a little slow there, but at a certain point, like you open enough new levels that like I wasn't ready to move on yet before I would open a new one.
Okay.
Isn't there a similar progression in the first Pokemon Snap game, like where you kind of get locked into a couple of courses? I swear that was a thing too, but I mean, it was probably less. It was probably less of an issue considering the era that game came out.
Yeah, there's a little bit when you're stuck like at the river or whatever before you can get to the shortcut for the
I
cave.
mean, there was something like that. I just couldn't remember. I mean, I have not even touched the new one, so I'm telling tales out of school over here.
But like at least you would unlock another course. I think like, and you would, and like after a while, like the Oak would give you like, hey, here's the flute, and here's this. And this game does do that. It's taking a lot slower. And I think that's because they, a lot of people were concerned, like, is this going to be as short as the first game? And it clearly isn't. But I feel like, I don't want to say padding, because again, they do add new stuff. New Pokemon do show up, and sometimes depending on like what you do, Pokemon do react differently. Like I had a fucking Tangrowth, the Gen 4 huge bag of weed thing, like just fly up into the air for no fucking reason. Like what the hell? Like, and in like today, like I fucking, there was like there's like side quests that you get, like requests that take pictures of this specific thing, which sometimes I feel they're a little vague on that, but like where you need to take it. So I'm like, fuck all that, I'll do that later. But there was one that said, okay, there's always a Pokemon sleeping next to a what's the turtle Pokemon? Torterra. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's probably the one that is at the end, like midway through the course. And there's a fucking Sylveon there. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
It's great.
Yeah, just sleeping there. And I woke it up and it ran away. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
look at you go. It was sleeping like a cat, like its head was in its stomach. It was awesome.
Well, that's why I think it takes a little bit longer, is because they want you to learn that, like, if you redo the course, you get higher research levels, and then you go back in and see the differences.
Yeah, and I will note that like you can actually lower, once you reach a certain research level, you can lower it back a level or two, like whatever level you want, so you can see back those things you missed if you say you need a picture or if it's a request, which that's nice. Yeah. I did get a picture of Scorbunny doing like the Guile flash kick, which is pretty cool. That was sick. So yeah, I'm liking the game. I'm just, come on, I don't have all day, guys. Let's go.
You like it? You're just not in like with it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not ready to take it to the fall.
You might want to throw a light ball at Scorbunny when he's doing that thing.
What is the fall social. What was that thing that 50s kids used to take?
Sadie Hawkins dance?
Sadie Hawkins dance. There you go. I'm not.
Oh
ready
yeah,
to
there
take
you go.
Pokemon Snap to the Sadie Hawkins dance. There you go.
Well, I mean,
Why
Pokemon Snap would have to ask
why?
you anyway. That's how Sadie
Why?
Hawkins
That's
works.
true. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess whatever. Okay, I think it's gonna do it for this part of the show. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about the brief news in gaming. We'll see y'all in a minute, my dudes.
All right, I forgot to get the news ready, so let me do that real quick.
The Google Doc should be in.
No, I've got it pulled up. I just have to actually add it to the overlay.
Right, I forgot you do that.
Yeah. Like, it's generally a cool thing to, play along. I forgot to do it. Okay. All right, we're good. It's pretty quick.
Okay.
Order is just down the dock, which I don't think I have up anymore.
It's only 3 stories, so
Yeah.
it's Walmart, the Game Builder Garage,
and
and then the Humble Bundle. That's
Okay.
it.
Cool. I pulled up the actual site for the Game Builder too, because the trailer doesn't show much. So I can kind of go over some extra stuff if you want.
Can you put that link in the Discord so I can read off of it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's on the tweet, so I figured I'd just pull it up.
Okay. Oh, it's on the tweet. I'll just click it from there. Okay. Okay. All right.
I keep forgetting to check when it's been a minute. I really wish my Stream Deck would say when it's been a minute.
You could just start counting in your head.
Yeah, but did I do other stuff and I forget? And I'm not good at counting.
I'm totally kidding.
You count.
You can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
Let's assume we're back.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to count us in for Tyler. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Charge Shots Gamescast. Now let us talk about the news. It's very light this week, but that's good because we got a very fun topic for you at the end of this. So let's going on. Let's start off right with the top. If you don't know, there's about the current Epic versus Apple trial that's going on that we talked about a couple months ago. And this has been leaked as a result. This is for courtesy of Rock Paper Shotgun. Not courtesy because I kind of just grabbed the link, but this comes from Rock Paper Shotgun. Walmart's cloud gaming service has been leaked. I need to put a disclaimer for this because I am a Walmart employee and fuck Walmart. There you go. That's my disclaimer.
You leaked this, right? This is an exclusive.
I am the whistleblower.
Yeah.
I am the.
Or maybe no. Tyler did it before he left.
Yeah,
that was his big thing.
That's why he didn't tell me.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the Epic Games vs. Apple antitrust trial started on Monday. Which, by the way, there's some hilarious tweets going on right now. If you're not aware about that, especially one concerning a banana. Started on Monday and a bunch of internal documents.
We have Nathan here. Now you have to say what it is about a banana.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's about how they have to show a video of they have to describe Fortnite the game to a judge, and they're this is the banana, and it's this is Petey or whatever the banana's name is. Why does he need tux? Well, when he's in the tux, he's Agent Petey. I'm like, that's so to explain.
That's amazing.
It's really funny hearing people talk about video games in this dry clinical fashion. It is so funny to me.
Yes. I think I'll retweet it at the end of the show.
Okay.
Or in between segments, but go check my Twitter later.
I just picture the person recording everything, just frantically typing, yeah, okay, oh, Agent Petey, okay, yeah, I got that.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's a banana. He's wearing a tuxedo. Agent Petey, I'm following.
Yeah, and the reason why they said about this is totally off topic, but the reason why they said he's in tux is because we figured we were going to be in court today, so we put him in a tux. Otherwise, we would have been just a naked banana, which is hilarious. Okay, courtroom drama aside, a bunch of internal documents that the company probably didn't want to be leaked online have been made public. It's not just Epic and Apple's private info being revealed. However, confidential emails found among the court's documents details Walmart's plans for their cloud gaming service, Project Storm, which they pitched to Epic back in 2019. And this is coming from Mark Ryan, Epic Games co-founder. I played Walmart's demo on an Android phone with an Xbox controller. The experience felt like playing on a PS4 and superior to playing on the Android iOS. They also moved it over to a laptop in real time. Video stream hopped from phone to laptop instantly. I played it there too. Again, it was vastly superior to playing it on my daughter's Surface Pro laptop. The most expensive version, no less, on the crappy business laptop they brought. In the presentation and in the article, you can kind of see like how like the plan for it, which Justin may or may not be showing on there. It sounds similar to the French startup Blade's Shadow service, which could jump between devices you played. Unfortunately, that company recently filed for bankruptcy. I did not know about that. So yeah, there's a kind of whole like phase to it. The presentation touched an email. Walmart tells why they're uniquely positioned to win and why their customers are asking for cloud service. No, they're not. They're asking for more people to work at the registers. It's mostly marketing buzzwords to pitch the service, but it does reveal Walmart has plans to release Project Storm in beta in July 2019. Just a few months after US Gamer first broke the news that Walmart were exploring cloud gaming. Walmart has also planned to run the service on Windows to the game launch like Steam, the Epic Game Store, Battle.net, Uplay, yada, yada, yada. It never made that far, though, and the rest of the Project Storm lifecycle was all to be decided. It's not clear what's happening with Project Storm now, according to The Verge. Publishers and developers had signed up to make or host games for it, but the launch was put on hold due to the pandemic. If you'd like to hear, and then, of course, it goes more into the court document. So, I'm going to say this right now. Walmart, you need to fucking stop. You do not need to be fucking getting into cloud gaming. You need to fucking pay me better is what you need to do. You need to fucking hire more people. Stop with this bullshit. I should be facetious about this, but reading this when I first saw this makes me mad. It legit pissed me off that they're spending their resources on this shit.
No, I mean, like, Walmart can barely run a Walmart. Like, how are they going to run a cloud gaming service?
Exactly.
I mean, it's them trying to muscle in on a territory where they don't really belong.
Mm-hmm.
They're just trying to get in on that streaming money, you know?
But, like, we've already got the Google thing that's going nowhere. And, that started first and immediately failed.
Mm-hmm.
And then Microsoft has their xCloud, which is actually really good. But, like, I haven't really heard anyone talking about it.
So that's the thing. Like, I don't think cloud gaming is bad in and of itself. I just think that we're not quite there with the technology. Like, right. that was the big problem that Stadia had, from what I recall, is that, like, it just didn't work the way that they had promised it would.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't have the game support because they were trying to do like a subscription service for something that didn't have any support.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it'd be like NBC launching a streaming service, and the only thing they have is The Office. Wait.
To be fair, that's at least free.
And the Punky Brewster reboot.
True. Yeah, that's right.
You don't have to pay for Peacock if you don't want that shit. You can just deal with the commercials.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
Fuck
it's
off,
like
Hulu.
if CBS launched
there we go. That's
a streaming service that only had a decent Star Trek show.
No, you had the right time. Yeah, no, I'm like as an employee who has, I'm gonna be very candid right now, who never has access to the right tools he needs, mm-hmm. who is constantly stressed every single day because I have to get shit done within a certain amount of time because it's only me, and you want to spend your fucking money on this and then chew my ass out because something may have gotten stolen from my area. Fuck off with that shit. Like, this just pisses me the fuck off, man. Like, I'm grateful to have a job, but then when I see like this shit coming from Arkansas, nah, y'all do not belong in this area. Get the fuck out. Fucking pay your employees better.
Yeah. They're spending all this money on R&D for something that's not going to happen. Rather than
well, that's the thing. Like, they were talking about how it was supposed to be launching. What was that? 2019 or no? Yeah. That was when it was in beta. But yeah, and like, it's just been sitting there not doing anything since then. And like, the amount of money and time and resources poured into it, it absolutely could have gone to improving the infrastructure of their stores, paying their employees better, security, like all kinds of things would have been a better use of their resources.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is they blame the delayed launch on the pandemic, but it was supposed to be out in July of 2019, which was months before the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Walmart caused COVID.
so that they wouldn't have to launch this.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's all coming together.
As far as conspiracy theory goes, I feel like that's pretty tame. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck. At the end of the day, fuck Walmart. I work there. I get a paycheck. I fully understand that. By working there, it's kind of hypocritical, but I need a fucking job. And unfortunately, right now, there's very slim pickings right now. So
Yep.
I need insurance.
Well, because,
so
nobody wants to work, don't you know?
apparently. No, well, I saw the Simpsons meme for that. Nobody want to works for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so let's move on because apparently Nintendo also nobody want to work for them. So now we're making the games. They just announced via their Twitter that a game called Game Builder Garage is coming out June 11th of this year. Justin, you posted this, and do you want to go into more details on what this wonderful little studio game is going to be?
Yeah, so it seems like kind of the next logical progression of like Mario Maker and to an extent like WarioWare DIY or something game?
Yes.
Where it's like some simple little tools to kind of make your own game styles. But it's also got kind of a cute little like all the interface options are like cute little characters. And it seems like there's just like a natural physics system built into the game that you can manipulate to what you need, like as far as, side scroller, a top down, a puzzle game, whatever. You just like drag and drop the button layout to what the button does. And you can also like draw your own characters and objects and things like that using like a pretty intuitive little just like paint type drawing system. Either 2D or 3D characters. I imagine it'd be kind of hard to draw in 3D, but it's unclear if there's like a series of preset things that you can use as well. There's not a lot of information yet for something that comes out next month. But
well, that's Nintendo for you.
Yeah, exactly. But if you go to the actual like webpage for this thing, it gives a little bit more information. It's also like it's $30, so like that's not bad.
That's really not bad for what it is.
It'll be even better like if it lets you freely play whatever other people have made, kind of like Dreams. Because a big thing of Dreams is like unless you are actually a developer, that $60 price tag can be a little steep. Even though there's like a slew of amazing things in Dreams, you still have to pay that in order to play the stuff, much less make it. So here, like $30 is a little more reasonable, even though I'm sure they're much simpler things than what's been made in Dreams.
Like even going back to Mario Maker, how you mentioned that it's kind of the natural evolution of that, and like I agree with that, and like it seems like if they do something like that, where you can just like download other people's projects the same way that you can like go and play other people's Mario levels that they've made.
Yeah,
I have to imagine that there's going to be something like that.
Oh yeah, and that seems really cool. But yeah, there's these little things called nodons that are basically like the functions of your game, and so you drop them onto the play screen, like on top of obstacles or objects or buttons, whatever. And there's different types that are very clearly labeled. Like it's a clean interface for sure. And then once you drop all those things in place, it lets you kind of make the game you want, using the things that you've put down. And yeah, like I said, it's really kind of hard to tell what everything is. But like there's one example it shows of like kind of a tag game where it's got the left player and the right player and their controller mappings. And then just like some basic platforms and obstacles and stuff. And then there's a bunch of different games which I assume were probably built in automatically. And there's a bunch of different control options, like you can use buttons, you can use motion controls, whatever. But it shows like a racing game and like a top-down kind of like I don't want to call it Super Monkey Ball, but it's that same kind of like almost motion controlled like Marble Madness type thing.
It's a maze.
Yeah, it's a maze
game.
but And okay, share with friends. Exchange codes with friends to download their games and share your own.
Well, there you go.
So I hope they end up just having like an online storefront, where you can download like random people's. But I would guess it's going to be an obnoxious code system where you're probably going to be checking a new subreddit or your Twitter hashtags or whatever to find people's codes and play their games that way. But like Mario Maker eventually did the whole thing of like Course World or whatever. So I'm hoping they do something like that. But yeah, there's a lot to tamper with here. I don't totally understand it yet. And it's something that I enjoy dabbling in the idea of game development, but like most of the tools confuse me because I'm not a coder or anything. Like I dabbled with like
RPG. I agree. I think it seems very much like it seems kind of like baby's first game programmer,
right?
Which like I think it would be a really great thing for like to get your kids into Steam. Like be like, okay, we're gonna play this game where you make the game. Like I could absolutely see selling my kids on something like this, and they would eat it up. They would totally devour this kind of thing. And like even for something like you said, for like exactly. And and like you said, like for somebody who is interested in game development, this would be a really great first step. And this kind of harkens back to what I was talking about with Mario World ROM hacks. It kind of seems like in that same vein of like they give you the tools and then you just decide what you do with them. And I think it's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to get this and make my own Metroid Prime trilogy. Screw you, Nintendo.
There we go.
All right. Yeah, I think it looks cool. Although I will make a disclaimer. Apparently, this is going to be digital only, no physical. So,
really?
Hopefully that changes at some point. Tetris 99 was digital only until they released a physical version, like a year later. Maybe not even a year later. So hopefully at some point. But I think initially it's just going to be a digital download only. But this is interesting. Part of me wants to grab it, but part of me knows how I am with these kind of games. I'm just like.
I'll wait on and see the kind of things that people are making in it. Because I think this could blow up like Mario Maker did. Like, basically a lot of people grab it and like start sharing their creations and stuff. And that's going to be a really cool thing to see.
Yeah.
For stuff like this, I really wish that Nintendo did more free demos. Like this seems like the kind of thing that would be absolutely perfect for that. Like you get a little bite-sized portion of it and that would be a good indicator of if you actually want to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even if it's just like a few of the games you can make in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you don't have the ability to make your own, but like you can kind of see the back end of how they made it and then play the game that was already made.
Exactly. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
But as long as we're wishing, I'd also like a pony.
Yeah. Pony doesn't love ponies. But you know who else loves the ponies? Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle's New Unders.
Do they?
Or horse betting reference. Anyways, I tried.
There we go.
I at least tried, unlike last week. We have an official update on their controversial 50% limit of charity donations. They're going to be starting, I think, soon. But they put out a letter, and here we go. We recently announced our initial plan for redesigning bundle pages, which no longer include sliders that let customers fully control what percentage of their order went to Humble Bundle, charities, and publishers or developers. We've heard everyone loud and clear and apologize for the way the changes were rolled out, and we're now taking a moment to pause, collect constructive feedback, and be more transparent about the path forward. Today, we'll be turning sliders back on for all customers on our bundle pages while we take more time to review feedback and consider sliders and the importance of customization for purchases on bundle pages in the long term. The coming weeks will roll out the updated design, which will include sliders that work exactly as they did previously. Once the new design is live, we will continue to iterate on it, incorporating feedback from the community onto its ongoing evolution. Part of that future development will include exploring different approaches to the sliders and how split works, along with new ways to incorporate charity into other parts of the user experience. But we're committed to sharing our plans and getting feedback. Basically, hey, we heard you. Stop harassing us, please. We got it. It was a bad idea. We're sorry. Yay, we won. Cool. Yes. Fuck off.
Once again, this and the PS3 store closure. Like, these stupid companies are actually listening for once. It's weird.
You get enough Karens to yell about a thing and people change. What a surprise.
Yeah. I mean,
This definitely very much reads like damage control. Like I somehow like corporations, even ones that are founded in charity, like they don't have the foresight to see just how big of an impact decisions like these will have.
mhm.
And like
Yeah.
I think that it's very much reads like, okay, we fucked up. We had no idea it was going to be this big of a deal to everybody. And I think it's good. I think it should be a big deal. Like I think the end consumer should have more of a say in where our money goes.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And you know, and as far as you know, I mean, I don't know business, but like I always assume charities are either non-profit, are supposed to be non-profit, or at a loss. I could be wrong, but like
Mhm.
so like I don't again I don't know business, but I just know what business from Michael Fox from that show in the '80s. That's it. What was I don't remember what it was
A
called.
lot of
King?
non-for-profits basically operate so that they don't turn a profit in the books. So
Right.
any money they bring in goes back to the business, quote unquote.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Whether that means, under the table bonuses for the people running it, or actually, to the charitable
Yeah,
purpose. It's
that's the thing, is that some of those charities, like in general, charities are great and like,
Yeah.
they do good things with the money, but there's definitely some that do some sketchy stuff.
Mhm. And you
Anyway.
can find that out pretty easily because they're non-for-profits.
Oh, yeah.
They have to at least
Just
say
so
where the money
great, yeah.
goes.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. This is why whenever somebody at a store asks you, "Would you like to donate?" Like, no,
Mhm.
because they already have the money and they're just trying to get you to spend an extra dollar. So don't
Yeah.
do that.
Oh, there you go.
Donate it.
Yeah, you
directly.
can always do your own private donations once you've done your research. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. A win for this. Not shout out. Don't shout out to Humble Bundle for at least I'm assuming it's the new owners. But yeah, good move. What a shock. Bad. You got bad PR. I don't know how you didn't see that coming. Okay. Well, that may be our shortest news segment of ever in Charge Shot history, which is I don't mind. Because we have a pretty fun topic to end the show. Unfortunately, there were no topics this week because, well, frankly, we didn't think of any. But Justin did think of a brilliant one. So we're gonna play, and this is gonna be safe for work for kids and at home. We're gonna play FMK. You as an adult know what FMK is. We're gonna play FMK Final Fantasy Edition. What does that mean?
wait, are we playing
so
Ultimate FMK 3? FMK Trilogy?
FMK Turbo.
I wish. No, we are going to be playing FMK. Dustin and I, we're going to have our two top favorite fantasy games. VG Dead has one, but that's cool because he has the biggest one in 6. So he has a plethora to choose from. Justin and I have our two. Mine's are Final Fantasy 4 and Final Fantasy 10. Justin's, what are your two Final Fantasies you'll be playing FMK?
Mine are, again, this does not have to be favorite Final Fantasies. I just want to point that out before I say mine.
Correct.
Mine are going to be Final Fantasy 9 and 13.
Okay, cool. Even though one of them is your favorite, so okay.
Well, yes.
Yeah. 13.
It's just it was important to
exactly.
disclaim that.
Right. Because
Exactly.
13 is not my favorite.
He loves 13.
It's just
Okay,
got some hot characters in it.
And of course VG Dad will be taking the SNES classic that is Final Fantasy 6. Okay, so let's start off with you, VG Dad.
Oh, really? We're gonna start with me. Oh, geez.
Let's start
Pressure's
with you.
on now.
Yeah.
Okay.
FMK.
Oh man. Okay. I think I'm gonna start with M just because like I think the obvious choice for M is Edgar. Like the stability you get with a king. He owns his own castle. He's got servants. He has a sweet crossbow. Like you can't lose, right?
Not a
and
bad
then,
choice.
and then I gotta go. Oh man. Oh man.
I feel like we can be a little more specific on, like, keep it PG still, but like
Right,
you're talking about
right,
Mary.
right. Right. And I'm trying to think like, okay, I think as far as F, man, it's tough to pick between Celis or Locke. Like they're both pretty hot. I mean, Locke's got that kind of cool, like, the thief, the roguish good looks, whereas Celis is, the brainwashed general former of the Magitech army, and like she's got some sweet magic skills going on.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to give it to my girl Silas. She's a smoking hot babe. And then for kill, let's kill Gao. He sucks.
Oh wow.
He's, I
You're not
won't
gonna
lie,
go Kefka?
I mean,
That's easy. That's like. Of course he has to. Yeah, I feel like that's too easy.
if you're gonna pick the villain, you can't put the villain under kill. Come on, that's cheating.
Yeah, that'd be like if I like he's not on there, but like if I pick Seymour for 10, like of course I want to kill him.
You want to kill
You
that
know,
stupid
like-
cockroach face?
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah, no,
mean-
Gal sucks. Oh my god, I hate Gal. So much.
I like. See, that's the thing is like I like the idea of Gal. Like it's a really cool idea to have him learn the enemy attacks. But since his whole thing is basically like you just send him out and then he kind of does his own thing, he ends up not being very terribly useful in terms of party composition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it, like
He's
his
basically constantly in
characterization is-
Berserk.
What's that?
He's basically constantly in Berserk.
Yeah, exactly. And so
And-
he ends up not having much practical use, and like you end up having to bring all of the characters in for the final confrontation. It's like, which one do I want to put? Which party do I want to put a Gao in? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you can only learn those abilities at that specific location.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's like-
and so you'll end up grinding the belt a whole lot if you really want to get him as powerful as possible, which it's
Or-
kind of hard.
If you don't know that, like when I first played it, I kind of just like went through it. I'm like, what do you
Oh, yeah.
mean I'm supposed to go back there? What? I love 6, but it has so many problems in my opinion. Like the thing
There's definitely some jank in 6, and like, I mean, it is my favorite personally, but like looking at it through without the lens of nostalgia, there's definitely quite a few problems with it.
Okay. So just a recap.
For the-
FMK.
For the record,
sorry.
I think Terra's hotter than Celeste.
Ooh,
That's
It's something about the green hair. I don't know.
I mean, that's a fair call. That's a fair call.
yeah. Hmm.
like I've been showing the characters as we go.
The character art is really great.
Yeah,
I
like
love
her
the character art.
her shot in Dissidia, like she looks really good in Dissidia.
Yeah.
Because they didn't go blonde. Like sometimes they make the green hair blonde, but they actually pulled the green, and I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it's a good look, man.
She's a cool character. And I can't think of any other like age appropriate female characters besides those two. Because the only one I can think of is the painter girl.
And she's
Oh.
8.
Realm,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's not count. She's not.
Yeah, VG Dad's daughter voiced her in my playthrough. That would be weird.
It would be a little weird.
But you know, and if I'm wrong, they're the only two female characters in that game, right?
They are the only 2 playable female characters.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like some other random NPCs that get thrown in, but they're on screen for all of like 5 seconds, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to get to know them very well.
Big ass roster, only 2 women. What a shock.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, I mean, it was the 90s. What do you want?
exactly.
But like, there's a woman main character, which
That's true.
That's true. That is very true. We haven't had that since then. Well, actually, no, I'm wrong. Lightning.
Yeah.
I forget.
Mhm.
Everybody forgets about Lightning. I'm sorry. I forget.
mean,
I never played this game, so but okay. Let's go on to Justin. Which one are you tackling first?
I'll do 9 first.
Okay. Oh, hold on, real quick. Sorry, VG Dad. FMK recap.
Yeah.
Okay, it was F. Celis, M. Edgar, and K. Gao.
Okay. So Justin, we'll go back to you. Then we'll do mine. Then we'll go back to you. Then we'll finish mine.
Okay.
Okay. So FF9,
Yeah.
FMK.
So FF9. We've got F Beatrix. I feel like with the popularity of Final Fantasy 8, or sorry, not Final Fantasy 8, Resident Evil 8 right now, big strong lady is not a surprise. Like, you know. And then crap, what was my Mary? I think it was Garnet in this case. Yeah, it was. Because she's cute. But, like, see, the thing is, like, with the way this game works, in case anyone doesn't know, we're trying to keep it kind of PC. But the way this game works is Mary means that you are with the person physically, but not intimately. Um,
I
whereas
think
the
that's a good way
other,
of putting it.
yeah, whereas the other is basically only intimately, and then you have nothing to do with them again.
You're basically Prince Charles.
Yeah,
That's a
Damn.
it's a fucking reference right there.
right. And then
Fuck
kill
you,
is
Prince of Wales. Sorry.
kill is kill.
He's old.
But Garnet's so cute, and like she's a strong female character. Like, there's a lot of good character qualities with her, and she's fairly unique as far as the Final Fantasy leading ladies go. Plus, she's a princess, so I would be a prince. Like, that's pretty cool.
Hey, there you
go. And then kill. I feel like for the most part we've been sticking to party members, but I want to kill Queen Braun.
Fair. That's fair.
He
I'll
does
allow
suck.
it.
She's awful.
Yeah. Like definition of like evil stepmom. Is she her stepmom or her actual mom?
She is her adopted mother.
Okay.
She was found on a boat and took her in out of the kindness of her heart.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got a weird clown face. I hate her.
Don't blame me. Okay, cool. So all right, recap. Final Fantasy 9 FMK.
Yeah, so let's see. F Beatrix, M sorry, I threw up my mouth a little bit. Garnet, M Garnet, sorry. And then K Queen Braun.
Okay.
So kill Queen Braun and marry her daughter.
Hey, I just killed your mom. Want to get freaky? Anyways,
like it's a technicality because her mom does die in the game. Spoiler.
Yeah.
But like that's fine. I can kill her anyway.
Yeah. Also, shout outs to Mike and TV with the comment of the night. So arranged marriage versus Tinder. Got it.
Basically.
Yeah. Shout outs to Mike the TV for that one. Okay, so I'm going up next, which is Final Fantasy IV FMK. I gotta tell you, there's a lot. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's almost a tie between who I want to kill, but I'll do that last. As for F, there's really only one woman in this game, but as you know me, I don't play for just one team. If I'm going to, Yang the monk, that's my F.
Really?
Yes. Because he, like, if you go look at his art, he is just like, Mr. I am ripped. I am ready to whoop
Damn, he
ass.
is shredded.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like.
But he's got that mustache. Yeah. Like I don't do mustaches.
I love it. It's great. It's like
the weird hair thing.
Like raw. He's a monk. And I think of like raw sex appeal, bro. Like yeah.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah.
He does have the claw weapons, which are really cool.
Yes, he's really cool. As for
unrelated question, how old is Rydia?
And I think she's 18 when she ages. She's like years older. Because I think time passes differently. By the way, if you've never played Final Fantasy, this character named Rydia that you first meet, and you meet her, she's like 8, little girl. She Leviathan attacks your ship, and she goes away. Basically, almost all your party member goes away. The team goes away. And then you meet up with everybody else. She comes back later, and she's an adult. I think she's at least like 100 years old. Because time passes differently in there. So,
because I'm always thinking of adult Rydia, but every time I see a cosplay of her, I'm like, all right, yep,
yeah.
Anyway, continue.
So Mary, there's only one choice for Mary, and that's because it's Rosa. It's Cecil's bride to be because Cecil's a bitch, and listen, man, go. You need to go be with your homeboy. God, what's his homeboy's name? I can't remember homeboy's name.
Kane.
Kane. You need to go be with Kane because Kane's got emotional problems that you need to solve. I'll take care of Rosa. So yeah, marry Rosa because also she's a princess. She's really nice. She has a cool bow and arrow, which is really cool. Like I think most people use the staff with her, but I like the fact that she has a bow and arrow. You don't really see that in Final Fantasy games at all, or stuff like that. So yeah, Mary Rosa, very simple. I part of me wants to pick Rydia just because green hair, especially when she's older, more especially when she's older. Green hair, very cool outfit.
Only when she's older, maybe.
Yeah, only when she's older. Yes, she's an innocent little girl. Leave her alone. You literally, I mean, shit. The game's open up with you murdering her mother. Like, come on, it's fucked up. Been through enough.
She don't need an old man creeping on her.
Yeah. Thankfully, Tella doesn't do any of that shit in that game, although he dies. But
man, speak of creepy characters. Like, sorry to derail, but going back to Final Fantasy VI. Holy crap, how creepy is Setzer in that game when he hits on Realm? And he's just like, when you're older, let's chat. Settle down, man.
When I played Final Fantasy VI for the first time, I legit named him Ric Flair because he's like Ric Flair. This like sleazy old man who's like, yeah, what? Like, I'm convinced Setzer does a line of whatever the equivalent of cocaine is in Final Fantasy VI. He's just a line every day on his fucking airship.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just that dude. All
right, sorry to derail.
No, it's okay. We're just establishing that Sessler is Jeffrey Epstein of that world.
This whole podcast is derails. Don't worry.
Yes.
Oh, well, there we go. Okay.
So it's not a tie, but I'll tell you the two characters who originally were going to be who are on the list, and I'll tell you who ultimately is going to die. Number one is Edward, the bard you meet early on in Final Fantasy IV, because
I forgot about him.
Yeah, everybody does. So much so that the DS version pretty much sidelines him. So and you don't play as him. He's just like, listen, man, I get that your girlfriend died, that you loved her. I get it. Please stop whining about it. I'm tired of hearing it. We're climbing this mountain. Enough. I'm tired. You're so whiny. The other one is Edge, the ninja that you meet like about midway through the game, because he is such a arrogant, I'm the king, oh look at me, I'm awesome, Rydia, look how awesome my muscles are, look how he's a dude bro. He's basically a dude bro for that universe. But if I had to pick which character I would kill, what I would K, it's Edge, because in the version I played, Edward gets sidelined with an injury pretty early on. Hell, when I played the DS version, the PSP version, playing with Edward was a pain because I'm like, you're a bard, you suck. At least in the game, these bards in that game sucked. Bards in general are awesome, but but like Ed's just like, dude, yeah, you got cool abilities, but like, he gets in a fight with a fire elemental lord over his head and nearly dies because of his arrogance. I'm like, dude, stop. It's like Prince Vegeta, and I don't like Prince Vegeta. So there you go. FMK. So
see, what you really do is K for Edge and then F for Rydia, because he's out of the way. He's out of the picture.
See, now you're thinking big brain time.
Right?
Yeah. But I don't want Rydia. Rydia is gonna go live on the island, take care of kids. Rose, on the other hand, she needs love. Because Cecil's too much of a husk to give love. Anyways, it sounds like I should have just killed Cecil.
Right?
Point, just talking on him. But I didn't hate him. Like, he was fine because he had a cool moment. He like, hey, I realized I was evil, and I'm a paladin now. What's up, y'all? What's up, Rosa? Hi. If I was to make a Final Fantasy IV movie, Michael Cera would be Cecil. That's so controversial, but I would totally do it. I would totally do it. So yeah, recap. F. Yang, Fang Leiden, Mary, or M, Rosa, and kill Edge. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Edge fans. Okay, so let's go back to Justin. FMK, Final Fantasy 13.
All right. So, gonna start with F again. I feel like this is an obvious pick. We got Fang. Fang is best waifu in that game.
I need to look up these characters. I have no
idea.
No
contest. She's got a great voice, great look. She has a cool staff. She doesn't let anyone tell her no. Like, she dope.
Oh, yeah, I see her.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she reminds me of
She really knows how to work a staff.
Yeah, it's almost as if like Tifa and what's the chick in Final Fantasy VIII called? The one who
Rinoa?
married. Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
combination of those two
Yeah, it's a really good design.
and Yuna's outfit a little bit.
I don't know who her voice actress is, but it's the perfect voice. She's got like kind of an Australian accent. It's really good. She's my favorite
Probably.
character in that game. That's the reason I picked 13 is so I could choose her.
Rachel Robinson is her voice actress.
Huh, okay. I don't know who that is. And then we're gonna go Mary, which I'm doing Saz.
Really?
Yeah, because he's super cool. Like he'd be such a bro.
He seems like a good hugger, you know?
Right? Like he's got a kid, so you know that he's good at taking care of people, and he's got his adorable little baby chocobo that we could raise together.
Yeah, he does. He has a lot of, even in this image I'm seeing, he has a lot of like charisma just in his smile.
Yeah, like he's super cool. I love his voice actor. Like he's my favorite character in the game. Like just as the kind of the comedic relief and stuff. Like I enjoy the character interactions in that game more than I enjoy actually playing it. Because there's some really charming characters, and like cinematically it's all told well. It's nonsense. But yeah. And then kill Vanille. She's obnoxious.
Oh, the pink-haired chick. I see.
Yeah.
Her.
Oh, yeah.
She looks annoying.
Yeah, like in pre-release stuff, I thought she was gonna be like the cute one that like everyone was gonna crush on. But then you actually play the game and it's like, oh my god, shut up.
I could definitely, just from visuals alone, I could definitely see why.
Yeah, for sure. But I hate her. It's honestly, it's a tie. It was a tie at first between her and Hope. But Hope is kind of nothing.
Yeah.
Like he's like what was the one you said? The Bard.
Oh, Edward.
Yeah, he's like Edward. Where like he's not really around that much.
Hope I see him.
Yeah. But Vanille is constantly like she's the narrator of the game and she's the worst. Plus she's always paired with Zaz, and that makes me sad because I love him, but like they interact a lot.
It's like the European couple wants to invite you to a ménage à trois, but you don't like one of the couples.
Right.
Why don't you go sit in the chair? We'll take care of things.
Watch.
So yeah, recap real quick. We've got F Fang, M Saz, and K Vanille.
All right. No lightning anywhere on that list, huh?
Lightning's kind of nothing.
Yeah, she's not very memorable, even in her own game.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she's the main character of all 3 Final Fantasy 13 games.
That's sad. I mean,
Yeah, it
but
is.
It's been well documented how controversial those games are. So,
Yeah.
from a serious standpoint,
There's some
It's
good
amazing
character
we got-
designs, though.
yeah. Well, isn't it Tetsuya Nomura who did those, or is it somebody else?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. No wonder. Nomura's say what you will about Nomura, but like the man knows how to draw.
Yeah.
Amazing the costume designs, even though excessive belts. Speaking of excessive belts, that's the fucking segue of the night. It's time for Final Fantasy X, which after Final Fantasy VII has, I'm gonna say this right now, has the hottest collective Final Fantasy characters of any other Final Fantasy game. Am I wrong? In terms of like top to bottom hotness.
There's some definite babes in FF10.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it was
Like,
hard.
R and Be Still My Heart.
Yeah. So
Like,
as for
Kamari? What's under that? What's under that thing?
Justin, are you coming out of the furry right now?
No, I'm kidding.
Kamari's here.
Or am I?
It's in.
Oh my god.
Only played that game once, and that's ingrained in my head forever. So I'm gonna start off with kill first because the kill. I need to get this off my chest because this is the easiest one. Waka, fuck Waka.
Oh, man, fuck Waka.
I hate Waka. You racist piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's like Outbed fireworks. Fox News motherfucker. Oh my god. I hate Waka so much. Waka's fine. Waka's initially fine when you meet him. He welcomes you, gives you a home. I will never not forget that when you first play the game. But then the second he opens his mouth about the Outbed, knowing that his friend is half Outbed and still talks down upon them, fuck you, Waka. You're dead. I'm throwing you into Sin's mouth. It was the easiest one ever. Sorry. I needed to get that off my chest. I hate him so much.
Man, tell us how you really feel.
It's like Outbed fireworks. No, fuck you, Waka. As for Mary, God, this is really fucking hard because you got Titus right there, who's just like, is Titus a himbo? I feel like he's a himbo, right?
This is definitely a himbo.
He's a himbo.
Yeah.
Like, so he's got that adorable, dorky quality about him. But then there's Yuna.
I just hear Ratchet though. I can't get past that.
Not this. Oh, don't. Why did you tell me that? Why did you tell me? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Now you're cursed with that knowledge.
By the way, I'm pretty sure because I feel like if I would have played 10 when it first came out, I would have had my bisexual awakening a lot earlier. Udis, I just combined their names. Titus and Yuna as the lead characters. Like, yeah, that would have confused me a lot when I was a kid.
Where's the Lulu love? I'm just saying.
So if I'm gonna pick a Mary character, it's gonna be Yuna. Like, am I wrong? She's like Aerith of the game. She's so sweet and just like kind, and she's like, like she's on this horrible journey where it's gonna end in her death, and it's awful, but she bears it like with like the best way possible. She has the worst job ever in that fact that she has to send people off to the next plane of existence, but she's just so nice, and she puts everything above her. And fuck Seymour for trying to marry her. Fuck you, Seymour. God damn it.
I mean, did you forget about X2 where she gets the power of gun?
I've never played X2, so
I forgot about the power of gun.
I've only seen the music videos.
It's so silly.
It's so dumb. Like, she goes from like the most innocent person ever to just pew pew, I got guns.
It's real weird.
Amen. At least it's not the. Okay, side tangent. The canonical ending to Titus and Yuna's love story is that Titus's head gets blown off on a beach. I'm not even joking with you on that. Like, that's like there's a book about like their love or something like that. It's in canon. Titus gets his head on the beach. So yeah. But yeah, Yuna. Like, just look at her. Justin, are you showing her on screen?
Yeah. I mean, I'm showing her X2 forms because it's actually really
show
good.
her X1 because it's honestly for me it's her 10 design that does it for me. Her 10-2 designs are fine, but like it's the 10 ones that I like. I really like.
No.
Yeah, where she's got kind of more like the white mage look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And especially like 10 is such a special game.
Mm-hmm.
It's very linear, but I love 10. I really want to replay it at some point. As for the F word, it came down between a tie between two characters who are just raw sex appeal in this game, and that is Lulu and Auron.
Oh my gosh, dude, Auron is so good.
And like, I thought about it for so long. Lulu is just like damn MILF energy without being a MILF, Like, but then there's Auron who has DILF energy without being a dad, or is he? I don't know. He probably has 1,000 kids out there, but
he's dead though.
Shut up! Why did you say that? You don't need to say that. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Technically, Titus is dead, whatever, too, but it doesn't matter.
I'm just gonna show pictures of Lulu so I can look them up. You continue.
If I had to pick Auron, I'm sorry, Lulu. It's Auron. It's Auron.
Let's go.
Like the glass, like just listen, I'm gonna look at him right now because I have to.
You guys are ruining my fantasies.
Like look at him, the cool sunglasses, the aging hair, the badass coat. Yeah, his like even though his arms hurt, he just makes that look cool. It's just everything about Auron is just like, again, it's just raw sex appeal.
I mean, sure, he's got the Silver Fox thing going. Like, I feel like in a movie he would be played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
What?
No.
He's great.
I don't find him hot though. That's my problem. He's a fine actor, but if you want to talk about like,
or maybe
okay,
Benicio del Toro, I think, could do it too.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'll tell you mine, and it's because I have a crush on him too, is Pierce Brosnan. That's who I think of when I look at
I can
Arn.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's old enough too, so yeah. Like, just it's honestly, I think it's just the cool factor. Like, he just has this like, his name is Oren, and he's this aura about him. That's just like, Lulu's great. Lulu's awesome. Lulu has a fantastic assets, but I think I'm just more drawn to Oren, honestly, and just how his role in the story and everything. It's just a cool character. God, 10 is so good. I wish people talked about 10 the way they do talk about 7, because I feel like that should happen, but it doesn't.
I think
it's
is
just
kind of a mess.
That's 10. I mean, 7's kind of a mess too. Let's be honest. But I think 7 was just such an impactful game for the time. Like, it was just, because it was the first real like new Final Fantasy game on the next gen hardware at the time. And I mean, 10 was as well, but like 7 was just like, it was such a
groundbreaking
cultural touchstone. Groundbreaking. Yeah. And like, through no fault of its own, 10 did a lot of groundbreaking things too. I just think that 7 has a lot more cultural zeitgeist surrounding it.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 gets props for being the first 3D one, and I think that'll always hold it higher. But like,
I think that's a big thing.
Oh yeah, but like 10, I mean, that game is still a technical marvel. Like,
it really is.
I've said this before. The way that they were able to make that game look so good
on the PS2,
right? No other game looks like that, and it's the way they shot all of the cinematic scenes to maximize the amount of polygons, like, and the facial expressions and stuff. Because like anytime there's a wide shot, it doesn't look nearly as good. But they knew when to make that matter, and so you really get a sense for the looks of the characters outside of just the cinematic scenes. Yeah. And especially when you compare that to 7, like the chunky Lego people, and then like the cinematics that still look worse than 10 does normally. Like it's a little hard to go back to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, maybe I should make that my quest, is to make, even though I've never technically beaten 10, but I played through 99% of it, so I count it. I just want to beat the final boss. Shut up. But like,
I've beaten 10 and 10 too.
That's okay, fine, whatever. I love the characters.
I'm not proud of that fact.
But like, I feel like 10 doesn't get enough credit as much as it should. It was probably. Yeah, it probably was the touchstone for a lot of Final Fantasy fans who started there versus like some who started in with 7. But God, I should buy 10 for Switch and just go through that game.
It's really good, and honestly, like, you don't lose anything for the Switch version. Like, it's
that's good.
Remastered in a way that like it's basically the same across all consoles.
That's good.
But like, I will say the HD remaster is hard. Like, it's based on the international version, and the way they tweak some of the bosses is, like, less fun than I remember it being on PS2.
I remember. The Seymour boss fight on the cliff fucking took me forever to beat, man.
Yeah.
That's the only hesitancy will make me not want to go back. It's just
I'm currently stuck on Unalesca, I think. And that one is just stupid.
Oh, I beat that on one try, so I don't know what I did wrong, what I did there, but...
it's the zombie and cure combo that makes me mad.
Yeah, that can hit you.
Yeah,
that's pretty rough.
Okay, but that's gonna do it for this week's show. I hope you enjoyed this edition of FMK Final Fantasy Edition. We should do this more for other franchises.
We should. I mean, I joked about Pokemon, but
we're not doing it. We're not doing that.
No, the characters. I mean, they're still children, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just do the professors, fine. But like, at the end of the day,
we're not even going to talk about Ash's mom.
Well, not in the game.
So Sophia, the newest, like, the professor's aide in 8th gen, is she legal?
We're gonna stop right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the Charge Shot Gamescast. We're gonna go around. Justin, where can they find your stuff at?
Probably in jail. You can find me if you look for Zero Score all over the internet, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. I finished the first part of my Ratchet and Clank retrospective, all like hour and 10 minutes of it or whatever it ended up being. And then, like I said, I have the new Pokemon Snap review on the Charge Shot channel, both the website and our YouTube channel. So check those both out if you want more stuff from me. I'm probably I haven't decided yet, but I'm probably gonna be dropping back to one stream a week, just because I want more free time in the evenings. But I'll decide that this week, I think. So yeah, that's me.
All right, and VG Dad, where can the lovely people find your stuff at?
You can find me on twitch.tv/VGDadPlays. I stream Tuesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Central. And you can also find me occasionally making YouTube videos at youtube.com/VGDadPlays. I think the last video I made was last year sometime. And if you just want to read my angry tweets, go to twitter.com/VGDadPlays.
Okay, cool. And you can find me at twitter.com/MarvelSiggy for all things related to the self-proclaimed Marvelous One. The Earthbound video is coming. It's been really hard emotionally. I've tweeted some stuff out. I won't talk about it here, but just go check my pin tweet. That's all you need to know. Any kind of help would really appreciate it. Just sharing, honestly, but I just don't want to bring it up here, but it's there. But that's why the FM video isn't out. I haven't just made an effort to record, and I went to go see her. I was supposed to record footage today, but I went to go see my grandmother today. Instead of doing that, by the time I got back home, it was already 5 o'clock. So I was like, okay, I don't really want to record footage right now. So I'll probably do it next week or something, and then just barn through it, and it'll be out, and it'll be genuine, and it'll be awesome. I promise you that. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do a ramble video half-assed. Even though technically they are half-assed, but I feel like the words I'm speaking the editing is half-assed in terms of its simplicity, but the words are genuine. There you go. But I am still live streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/Iggy2814 every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Like I said earlier in the stream, we just beat Chrono Trigger, which was super awesome, super fucking hype. And this coming Wednesday, we're going to start the RPG that brought me into this fucking genre, and that was Grandia. I am super excited to play this game on stream. God, I hope my enthusiasm comes through. But of course, and this coming Tuesday, which you can check the VOD out by the time this episode's out, I will be doing a Godzilla movie tier list stream with our co-host Tyler, who's not here with us today. We'll be ranking every single Godzilla movie except for the Netflix trilogy movies, because those belong in the trash. But every live action Godzilla movie, we'll be ranking them from S to D tier. What's gonna be on there? What's gonna be listed? You gotta tune in at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday night to find out. The new PC is working great. I'm touching it right now. God, it's so perfect. I didn't even talk about the game that made me. I played it for. Well, I'll say that for next week when I play it more. And of course, check out chartshot.com for all content related to the website. You might have seen that Voices of the Vanguard is officially back, our Destiny podcast, in a new format with our friend Sully. It's now a video format, so check that out. That'll be going live as well. The next episode of Atomic Shart is also officially out, starring with they're doing Monster, I guess. I don't know. I don't listen. I signed off the check. I'm posting it. I don't listen because I don't want to. They're doing it. It's fine. Tyler and I's review of Godzilla vs. Kong, it will be coming soon. And of course, and then we officially have a name for the new show that will be starting once Tyler and I start the DC animated movie marathon reviews. Going forward, this will be under the banner of Cinema Shot. So there you go. That's the name, Cinema Shot, just to stay and synonymous with the whole branding. There you go. So yeah, Cinema Shot, whole plethora of stuff coming for you, and you get all of that at chargeshot.com. Be sure, and of course you can check out our Discords. We have a public Discord, we have a wrestling Discord. Join us, have fun. We have a several meme channel, fan art showcase, whole bunch of good stuff. But that's gonna do it for tonight's episode, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. VG Jet, thank you for coming on for us tonight. It was a real pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We will see you all next Monday, dudes. And until next time, stay charged. Have a good night, everybody.
Really bring the energy with that.